All right. Good morning, everybody. Happy Thursday. We've been getting some comments about not hearing us on the mic. So can somebody give me a thumbs up if you can hear me right now before we even start? Okay, we are good. So just let us know via the chat if we're not speaking loud enough into the mic. So good morning, everyone. Happy Thursday. Happy Rotary Thursday. Beautiful, chilly day outside and maybe a little bit chilly inside. So we're going to go ahead and call the meeting to order. We have Eric here who's going to lead us in the invocation and the pledge. Eric, you want to come up here, please? Eric, do you mind coming up here? So, yeah.
Okay. Thank you. Bye, heads. Bless this meeting today and all those present, as well as the lives of those we will encounter afterwards. We also ask for your blessings on those affected by this virus and for protection for all, especially during this holiday season. We pray for our leaders, first responders, and caregivers, and are thankful for their talents, skills, and sacrifices. We thank you now for our guest speaker, ask for your blessings, and ask you to make us ready to make every moment of this day count. Amen.
Amen.
Face the flag. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Thank you.
You bet.
Okay, thank you, Eric. Just a quick housekeeping on the Zoom side. If you don't mind muting your microphones now, and then of course, if you're going to speak, unmute yourself. We're going to go to introduction of guests. So I'm looking around our room. I know we have our guest speaker, and Mark will be up here in a second. And we have Mr. Danny Haraway. Am I saying that right? Dustin Haraway with us. I think this is his fourth or fifth meeting. So fourth. So again, Emily should be sending in an email soon to get you within the Rotary world. Do we have any other guests on the Zoom side besides Dustin?
Yes, we have a stranger named John O'Donnell.
John is mixing it up. I think he was here last week in person, so now he's doing the virtual side. So welcome to the virtual side, John. Nice to have you again. Any other non-Rotarian visitors? Okay, any visiting Rotarians? I think it's all family on this side. And it must be all family on the Zoom side. So great, fantastic. Let's move over to announcements. I got a couple announcements, but I'll open it up to the club if there's any announcements or brags or any good things going on in the community.
Mr. President?
Yes, sir. Yes, Dr.
Ed
Nichols.
Nichols. Good morning.
Morning.
You know, I've always got something to brag about with our school system, and two of our elementary schools, Columbia and Heritage, were one of four schools, elementary schools recognized across the nation for how they interact with military families. Unfortunately, the award went to an elementary school in Missouri on an Air Force base. I'm asking for a recount. I'm just checking on that. But we're very proud of all of our schools, but especially Heritage, Dr. Nelson, and Mr. Hill at Columbia and their staff for the work they do to bridge the gap of students when they come in with military families. So we're very proud of them.
That's fantastic news. I always love hearing good news about Madison schools. Is that story or headline? Where can we find more information about that, Dr. Nichols?
It will be on our Facebook page today. Mr. John Peck will make sure that it gets publicized, and also Ms. Sylvia Lambert, our principal at Bob Jones, was named the District 8 Principal of the Year and will be in the finals to be the State Principal of the Year. And she was nominated for that award by previous winner, Dr. Brian Clayton at James Clemens. So even though they can't mention each other's school names, there's a camaraderie there that goes beyond the competitiveness.
Fantastic. More great Madison City School news. So thank you. Thank you for sharing that, Dr. Nichols. Any other news, announcements, brags? I'll throw a brag out for Mr. Ron Klein, who's joining us here today. We had a finance and operations day for Leadership Huntsville, and who better to lead a discussion in operations than Mr. Ron Klein, who's written 2 books that touch on operations. So Ron was our opening speaker for the day for the Management Academy Class 11. He did a fantastic job. I've known Ron for a long time, and I was impressed with his presentation. So thank you, Ron, for doing that. And while I was there, speaking of Toyota or Mazda Toyota, Tony Dillon was there too. Do you know Tony? Yeah. So Tony, I asked him to come and speak. I don't know him, but I just reached out to Mazda Toyota, and he came out and he did a fantastic job. So please tell Tony that Peter said great job. Okay. Thank you. Any other announcements, Braggs, before we move on to club business?
Quickly, Peter, I just want to mention again, don't forget it's Foundation Month.
Okay. It is Foundation Month this month. So of course, it's important to give to the foundation. The Rotary Foundation is a great foundation. A lot of the dollars go to make a big difference to what we do. And we'll try to share a little bit more information on that maybe in December on the importance of giving to the foundation. I think most of us give to the foundation, or many of us. It surprises me that some clubs just don't, which is odd. I think the district governor was mentioning that. So I don't think we had that problem here, but it's good to remind ourselves why it's important to give to the Rotary Foundation. Okay. If no other announcements, so you can just chime in a little bit, we'll move over to club business. I'll kind of kick it off. Thanksgiving baskets just occurred. I think we put some baskets together yesterday. And Melissa, I don't want to take any of your thunder. Do you want to share a little bit of information about how that went?
Sure. First of all, I just want to give a shout out to the whole club. We had so much participation. We raised $1,170, or actually I got 20 last night. So $1,190 to go towards the baskets. We were able to do 35 baskets last night. We got together and put those together. It was a great time and just very excited to see the impact. Also with what Walmart has donated, we're going to be able to do something else during Christmas. So that was very exciting. So I just was overwhelmed by how generous you guys were. So thank you so much.
Okay, thank you. Awesome job to the club. And she mentioned that Walmart came through with $1,000. I think we knew that, but Sandy actually did another grant request to Walmart for another $1,000, and that came through too. So we've gotten $2,000 from Walmart. I guess they're in the giving spirit with what's going on. So Sandy, if you're on there, thank you so much for putting those through. Yeah, I see you on there. So congratulations. So as long as those $2,000, they don't have to be used by December or by the end of this year, but they do have to be used towards food. So food for the needy, food to help people in need. So we have some opportunities there in the tune of $2,000 to help people in need with food. So thank you, Sandy. And thank you, Melissa. Satellite Club. Just a quick, I went to a Satellite Club meeting on Tuesday. It was a great meeting, great atmosphere. You know, you're sitting there drinking the beer and say, why don't I do this every month? But I'm a morning guy, so I love being here. But anyway, they had a great meeting. Kathy, who spoke about the butterflies, she was there. She was a lot more relaxed, maybe after a couple of beers, so that went really well for her. She didn't say she was nervous at all. So, and then somebody was there from, I think it's called Safe House, and it's about human trafficking. And I don't know if we have anybody on the Zoom side that was there. Bailey, are you on? So I think it's called Safe House.
Yeah, I'm here.
Tim, can you speak a little bit about that?
It's Safe Harbor is what it's called.
Oh, Roger.
Yes.
And Safe. Go ahead.
She was an excellent speaker. She gave her history of her life, and she was really went through a lot of terrible experiences in her life, and now she has a soft spot in her heart for other people, children that have the same, and she takes them in and works with them, and it was a very impressive speech.
Thank you, Roger. Yeah, as you're sitting there listening to her, maybe we'll get her in here one day. You think this needs to be a movie. It's just an incredible story. And of course, the Satellite Club did something for Safe Harbor, which they help kids that have been human trafficked. They try to rescue them. So they raised, they asked Publix for some money, and Publix was able to donate that money. So they're going to help the Safe Harbor have a good Thanksgiving for those kids that are staying at that facility. So there's probably going to be more to come with Safe Harbor. It seems like a good place where we can kind of join in and help. Okay, Christmas activities. We have a lot going on. We were worried with that pandemic that we wouldn't be able to do enough for Christmas. So I think we're good now. So we have a couple of things, I'll mention them. And if Sarah's on, she can kind of chime in on anything that I might miss. But we have the bell ringing going on. I don't have the date on that. It's the 12th, December 12th. I think that might be it for our bell ringing for the Salvation Army. We have a lot of fun with that. We have a couple of other things that the club may not know about. We have a monarch butterfly. So we did find a done in a day to help with with what we heard about last week with the monarch butterflies. So I think Bailey worked with the city. We found some land. This all happened last night. And they're going to till the land and get it ready for us. And we're just going to go there for a done in a day, I think on December 5th. There's going to be more information on this, where we're just going to drop some seeds, put the topsoil on. And if it goes all well, it'll be certified as a Madison Rotary monarch butterfly, something or other. So that's all coming. That just happened last week, or actually yesterday. So there'll be more to come on that. And there might be some opportunities in the spring to do something a little bit larger. Save the monarchs. Christmas lights. Cynthia, did you want to give the club an idea about your Christmas lights?
Well, sure. Hang on.
Not to put you on the spot.
Oh, thanks. The idea is to string some Christmas lights, as you know, because people can't get out like they normally would. What Sarah and I were thinking is that if we could have something at maybe the library or a facility somewhere where we could do a Christmas display that would be drive-through. I know that on Nextdoor, there are a lot of people who post that their lights are available to look at, you know, they've got a display of some sort. And we could post it there as an opportunity and put our name on it. And, you know, everybody's got some extraneous decorations in their attic or in their shed or somewhere that maybe we could just initially, at least this year, do something small and then develop it as time goes on. Basically, I've got a star and a sled. So if anybody's got specifically lights that they're not using anymore, or if they've got deer, or if they've got anything that they're willing to donate to this project, Sarah and I are going to be putting out a list for people to donate, and then we'll set up a time to erect all this.
Okay. Thank you, Cynthia. I think there'll be more to come on that. And lastly, but not least, an opportunity came up with hot chocolate and cookies. So we used to have the Christmas parade. That's not going to happen this year for obvious reasons. But the city of Madison is going to do a drive-in, I think also on December 12th. So we'll have to coordinate that. And they're going to show two movies, a Grinch movie and maybe a Christmas Vacation movie. And we have an opportunity to take our Christmas and hot chocolates on the road to that drive-in. So we're going to see if we can coordinate that. So the Madison Rotary will be providing the Madison community hot chocolate and cookies at this drive-in. So there'll be more to come on that. So we're good on Christmas, I think. And then, of course, Sandy set up a Secret Santa for us. We probably are not going to have our Christmas party this year, or we're not going to have our Christmas party this year, again, for obvious reasons. So just to make sure we keep our Christmas spirit alive in the club, Sandy set up the Secret Santa. So I think the link is in the newsletter. If you haven't signed up and you want to participate, please sign up, and Sandy's going to send more information on that. Okay. Any other announcements or club business before we move on to the slides and then Mark's presentation? Yes, sir. Thank you for bringing that up. So we all watch the news, hear the news, and I think the numbers are going up. I did have some discussion with the board this week to see if we should even have this meeting live. So there was some discussion, and we're here and we're all taking care of ourselves. But we're going to continue watching the news, and Steve and Jessica can kind of turn around on the breakfast pretty quickly. So if those numbers continue to go in the wrong direction, maybe after Thanksgiving, that next meeting we have after Thanksgiving might be virtual. So just stand by on that. You'll get more information.
I do have one other thing. We have a guest, Ron Hicks, is on the Zoom call.
Hey, Ron, I hope you're doing well. I think you've joined us in the past. It's nice to see you again.
Thank you. Thanks for having me. Yes, this is my second meeting, so delighted to be back and see what you guys are continuing to do.
Okay. Hopefully you're hearing good things over here.
I am. Thank you.
Good. Okay, Fred, if you don't mind pulling up my slides, we'll go ahead and get started to make sure Mark has plenty of time to give us an update on what's going on, all things Toyota. So just click on the presentation. Did you share the screen already? Yeah, just click on the club program. And then presentation mode. All right. Is everyone on the Zoom side seeing the presentation?
Yes.
Okay. If you go to the next slide, Mark, you're not on social media a lot, so I had to find this picture from a story. Okay. So I just wanted to give you a quick picture of our Thanksgiving baskets. That's last night. We got, in case you can't see it, that's Bill Holtzclaw, Tom Lemieux, Bailey, of course, Fred, and Melissa, who did a great job. I asked Melissa if she needed more help. She kind of told me who she had there. And she said she has it streamlined. So they were in and out. Fred said it was a lot of fun, and it was like a well-oiled machine. So thank you to the team for putting those 30 baskets together. If you go to the next slide. And you can't see that, and I was going to read that, but I can't read that either. So that's a thank you card from the Land Trust. So Land Trust sent our Rotary Club a thank you card for helping keep Rainbow Mountain clean and safe for everybody that wants to use that in the community. So just so you know that the Land Trust appreciates us. Next slide. All right, we got a couple birthdays and member anniversaries, and we want to skip those. So Taryn, you have, it's your birthday coming soon. So in case you weren't aware, happy birthday. Matt Davis, who's on a leave of absence right now, but should be coming back in December. He's having a birthday on the 29th. Yeah. So member anniversaries, Karen Morris. I don't know if you're with us right now, but you'll have been with the club 12 years on the 20th. Tim Stone, 7 years on the 21st, plus 3 because you were part of the club and then you were out of the club and then you're part of the club again. So 10 years altogether. Ron on December 1st, 21 years with the club. So congratulations, Ron, a longtime member. And then Mark Jacobson on the day after Ron, 16 years you've been with the Madison Rotary Club. So we appreciate all the longevity here. And then we have one wedding anniversary. And I don't know if David's with us on the Zoom side, but David and Katie are celebrating their 12-year anniversary on the 22nd. So David, you got plenty of time to buy Katie a nice gift on that day. So, okay, next slide. And of course, we have Mark here today, and we're going to turn it over to Carrie in a second to introduce Mark, and then no meeting next week. So everybody, happy Thanksgiving in case I forget to say it a little bit later. So if you don't mind switching those over, well, I'll ask Carrie to come up and introduce Mark. Yeah.
Hey, so good morning. I want to introduce Mark Brazeal. You all saw his bio in the newsletter. Just a couple quick things. Mark's originally from Tuscaloosa, worked with Fruit of the Loom and another auto manufacturer, and then finally went with Toyota and has been here in the Madison area since '02. The quick story I can tell about Mark, that I can tell in public about Mark, is while I was over in Pakistan, I'm running around in Pakistan and I see all these Toyota cars. I mean, everything from Land Cruisers, you name it. So they do have communications in Pakistan. So I email Mark and say, Mark, you would love it over here. There's Toyotas everywhere. And he replies back, yeah, we even have a manufacturing plant over there, but I don't want to go there. So He did. So he did the engine plant here, and then Toyota said, "Hey, if you want to move up, you're going to have to move somewhere else for a little while." And so they sent him to the great state of West Virginia. And as you can see, he came back. So without further ado, Mark Brazeal.
Thank you, Kerry. Yeah, my wife and I, we moved from Kentucky to Madison in 2002. And we have three boys, three teenage boys. And the boys have been to, let's see, Columbia, Mill Creek, Madison Elementary, Liberty Middle, Discovery Middle, and JC and Bob Jones. So we've moved once, and then the school districts moved a couple of times. So those of us that have kids in Madison, we're kind of accustomed to that. So we've tested most of the schools here and had tremendous success at every school. And I'll tell you, a majority of the people that are moving in from other parts of Alabama in the U.S., when they're moving here to start work at Mazda Toyota, they're locating in the city of Madison. And Dr. Nichols has been a great support. We have many Japanese families that are living in Madison, and their kids are going to Madison City Schools, and they've been a big support to us. So very, very thankful. Real quick, there's still a lot of confusion about the Mazda Toyota. Is it Toyota or is it Mazda? Is it Mazda? What does that mean? And I'm going to kind of share a little bit of that, but it is a very interesting situation that we have two plants that are really kind of competing against each other for labor in this local North Alabama labor market. But they're kind of brother-sister plants. So that is an interesting dynamic. I still am a Toyota employee for right now. I've been assigned over to the Mazda Toyota project. But it's been very interesting, to say the least. Real quick, I do want to respect everyone's time. How many minutes do I have? Just let me know, because about 20? Okay. I can talk about Mazda Toyota for an hour, or I can talk about Mazda Toyota for 20 minutes. So we'll do the 20-minute version.
I'll give you a 5-minute one.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Okay. Next. So it is a joint venture between Mazda and Toyota. The manufacturing plant here is. But there is a bigger relationship that's growing between the two companies. And there's really four main kind of component parts of that new business relationship between Mazda and Toyota. Number one, both companies are sharing safety technologies to improve safety of the car fleets of both companies. So I think that's very good for the consumer who will buy either a Mazda or a Toyota. So a lot of collaboration on safety technologies. Number two, a lot of collaboration and sharing of information and some new research going into connected car or big data around the driving experience between the two companies. Number three, the two companies are collaborating together to research and develop, design an all-electric vehicle. Okay. I hope one day that Mazda Toyota builds that electric vehicle. That is kind of our dream. It's not a plan right now, but it's certainly a dream that we have. And then number four is the joint venture manufacturing plant here in North Alabama. So it's a growing relationship between the two companies and much bigger than just the manufacturing plant. Okay, next. So, with any type of new partnership, the best types of partnerships are partnerships in which there's a mutual benefit. And we do believe there is a mutual benefit to this manufacturing plant here. What is Mazda trying to get? Well, Mazda is a very small global automotive manufacturer. Okay, they are a global manufacturer, but still a very small company compared to the American car companies and to Toyota. So they're trying to learn from Toyota how to be a global manufacturing type of company on a large scale. This is their first manufacturing plant in the United States right now. So they're learning how to do business in the U.S. It's I think they've learned a lot, very honestly, in the past couple of years, especially around how to do business during a global pandemic, and all the kind of challenges around that. What's Toyota trying to learn from Mazda? As I said, Toyota is a very large manufacturing company. It is the world's largest car company. Okay. But when you're so big, sometimes you can become a little bit bureaucratic and have some red tape in the organization. Mazda is smaller, they're more agile, they're more nimble, they're more efficient, very honestly. And that is something that we're trying to learn from them. So both companies trying to gain some new business knowledge as a result of this joint venture, and also learn how to improve the manufacturing process as well. So I think that's really going to benefit the consumer. Again, is you've got the engineers from both companies that already build efficient production lines and build great cars, but they're collaborating to build an even more efficient production line and an even better vehicle. Okay, next. So this is the plant site. Here's some key data around it. It is up to a $2.3 billion investment. I've heard Governor Ivey many times say, you know, it's the largest economic development project in the state of Alabama in 10 years. Every time she says that, I get a little bit nervous. So what will we build? We're going to build 300,000 vehicles annually. We're building 2 brand new SUVs. One is for Mazda and one is for Toyota, and they are distinct. So we're not just kind of making one base vehicle and changing some options and relabeling. It's actually going to be 2 brand new SUVs. We will have up to 4,000 employees, and another 2,000 workers will work on the site at our on-site suppliers. We call them our on-site partners. So about 6,000 people will work at this campus on a daily basis. It's 3.7 million square feet, and then the suppliers have another 1.6 million square feet. Next. So with any new company, you want to create your mission statement and values. And we did that about a year ago. And here's what we have relative to our mission and values. Mission statement is building trust and loyalty through innovation and collaboration. And we think that's pretty good for a brand new company. As a brand new company, it's all about building trust and loyalty, building trust with each other, building trust with the local community, building loyalty with the consumers who will purchase our vehicles. So that's what we're trying to do. And then these are the 5 kind of company values. They all end in ATE, so I call them the 5 8s. Motivate, collaborate, appreciate, innovate, and relate. Thank you for inviting me here today. That relates to our relate value. It says we're proud to be part of our hometown North Alabama community, and we love where we work. We want to demonstrate accountability to our community and team by being engaged, taking initiatives and ownership in every action. So thank you for inviting me here. Next. Okay, this is what the plant site looked like back in 2018, June of 2018. It was, you know, kind of a cornfield at that time, very honestly. Skip ahead. 2 months later, that's what it looked like. We were beginning to do site work, groundwork on the site. Now skip ahead to August of 2020. That's what it looked like. So kind of busy between, you know, August of 18 and August of 20. I heard that this kind of building construction had a kind of an impact on North Alabama. If you were trying to build a brand new swimming pool, I heard it was just about impossible because you couldn't get concrete because we were basically using all the cement trucks in North Alabama to pour concrete on the site. This is kind of a very busy slide here, picture here, but we have 3 green, you see the green kind of call outs. Those are detention ponds. We have those for environmental purposes to make sure that we don't have any storm water runoff going from our site into any of the Beaver Dam Spring Swamp complex. In red, those are our manufacturing shops. And then the white boxes, they kind of show the location of the on-site supplier partners. So again, big campus, we have 3 different manufacturing shops. Our vehicles will go from shop to shop through a covered bridge. So here's the stamping and body weld shop, and then they're conveyed over to the paint shop again via this covered bridge, and then over to assembly here. So the reason that we have 3 different buildings is that helps with internal conveyance. We have many dock doors all around the buildings to convey the parts from the docks to the production line and be very efficient doing that. Okay, next slide. I talked about our business suppliers. These are 3 of the bigger suppliers that we have. I think we have about 10 now that's near site or on site. Over in the city of Athens is Tibiaki. Toyota Boshiku is the parent company of that joint venture. 400 jobs, $50 million investment. Daiko Nishikawa, who will produce our bumpers, they're on site. And again, they will ship parts directly to us through a breezeway. $110 million investment, 380 jobs. And then YKTA, they're going to produce stamped parts for us. They're bringing another 650 jobs in a $220 million investment. So again, about 4,000 Mazda Toyota jobs and about 2,000 on-site supplier partner jobs. Next. We're up to 800 team members at this point. As you can see, it's going to be a steady climb on a monthly basis all the way through 2021, and then finally landing close to 4,000 there in 2022. In some months in 2021, we'll be hiring up to about 150 team members per month. So steadily growing our headcount at the plant all the way through 2021. Next. We are currently hiring for professional staff. We're currently hiring for skilled labor maintenance positions, and we restart the application process in December 7th for production. So we opened up the application process last year for production employees, and we got about 15,000 applications. It's basically taken us all year to process those applicants. So we kind of shut down the application process back in March of last year, and then spent the next several months going through the assessment process for all of those applicants. But now we're ready to start up the application process again in December. So if you know anybody that's interested in a production job at Mazda Toyota, just let them know that the application is going to be opening back up in December. But of course, we'll have media statements and all that kind of information out there to let everybody know and inform them. Next. Professional staff jobs, we got everything from HR to accounting and finance to engineering. A lot of engineers. Now, not near as many as Redstone Arsenal has, you know, or NASA, but still we have a large number of engineers. But you don't have to be an engineer. Again, you can be in safety or accounting and finance and different administration jobs as well. Next. As far as production, we are hiring directly. You don't go through some, you know, temporary staffing agency to join our team. We're doing direct hiring. So I think that's one advantage that we have right now is people can kind of start their manufacturing career working directly for Mazda Toyota and not kind of going through some staffing agency first. Starting pay is $17 with a top rate of $23. We're constantly watching the labor market though, and we'll adjust those rates to ensure that we remain competitive. One of the, I think the most important things is our benefits start day one. So the first day you get all your benefits, even annual PTO, paid time off. That starts on your first day. You don't have to wait 3 months or 6 months to earn some paid time off. That starts first day. We have a very good 401k program. Company match is up to 6%. So again, team members qualify for that 3 months into the job. So really trying to give competitive pay and really highly competitive benefits for our members. Next, skilled labor. Skilled labor start rate is $23.50 up to $33 an hour. Again, really paying attention to that labor market because it is becoming increasingly more and more difficult to find skilled labor. If you have kids that are thinking about a maintenance career, I highly encourage it. It shows the start rate is $23.50. That is basically for someone graduating from one of the local tech schools, Calhoun Community College or Drake State with a advanced manufacturing technology degree. They're going to start at $23.50. But you go from 23 to 33 in a matter of 3 years. Everybody else that has experience, they're starting somewhere within that range. Okay, next. As far as the production team member hiring process, there's kind of 4 steps. Number 1, you apply online. So you don't have to go to some employment office or anything like that to apply. You do it online. Number 2, there is a on-site interview. We have an assessment center. And number 3 is the hands-on day of work. So what we try to do is we try to simulate the type of work that the candidate will do at Mazda Toyota. That's our opportunity to assess them, but it's also their opportunity to kind of assess us. Yes, we're going to be hiring people from manufacturing, but we're going to be hiring hairdressers and people working at Kroger and Walmart and those types of things as well. So it's a good interview, I think, on both kind of ways. We're interviewing the candidate or assessing them, but it's a good opportunity to, for them to kind of think about if this is the right career for me. Next. We can't do this without a very important business partner, and that's AIDT. AIDT, for those of you that don't know, is Alabama Industrial Development and Training. It's a state agency. They are part of the Alabama Department of Commerce, and they're helping us through the day of work assessment process, application process, even doing the interviews and those types of things for us. I don't have a staff big enough to assess, 15,000 candidates. So AIDT is a very important partner for us. Next. This is some pictures of the assessment center. One thing that we did back in April, we shut the assessment day of work process down, and we implemented a lot of safety protocols to ensure that the candidates remain safe when they come and do the day of work simulation. And these are some of the safety protocols that you can see that are in place now. We use a lot of plastic screening. Of course, we clean the vehicles and all the equipment after the candidate uses the equipment. And we're doing this to ensure that the candidates stay safe as they do this. Next. We're trying to keep everybody also safe at the temporary office and on the site. We have a pre-entry questionnaire. We have hand sanitizer everywhere. You take 2 steps, you can grab some hand sanitizer. We do face covering. We wear a mask all day, every day. And we do temperature checks as well. We have had some members that have had COVID, but they kind of got that away from the work site. We have not had any work site spread of COVID. So really proud about that. And we believe we're able to keep people safe. And that's the most important thing. Next. Yeah, as I said, sanitizing and cleaning supplies everywhere. Next. Training. One of the interesting things that happened is we had a lot of team members that were training at Toyota plants. And when the pandemic really hit and things started shutting down in April, we had to bring all of those team members home. We had team members, team leaders, and group leaders out doing the training. We had to bring them home. And very quickly, we had to go out and find places and create training stations in places where they could continue their training. We had classroom work conditioning going on at Von Braun Center. We had a warehouse in which we were doing some training. We were also doing training at the Morgan County Career Tech School. They helped us and they gave us their facility, and we were doing some paint training there. And then AIDT at the Robotics Technology Park over in Decatur, we maximized it, and we had a lot of people there training. Next. Now, that is the RTP. It really is a true treasure when it comes to training, from production training to maintenance, skilled labor training. This is a tremendous resource and asset that we have here that is definitely helping us do all the important training, manufacturing training. 5 minutes left. Okay. Next. So we had to bring everybody home in April. In August, the Toyota plant said, hey, we've stabilized. We've got a safe work site. We can begin to support you with training again. And as you can see, this big spike in training at Toyota plant started in August. So about 300 members from August through October were out training at the Toyota plants. It's kind of coming down a little bit here in December, but in January it spiked back up to around 200 people training in the Toyota plant. So they go for 3 months of training, Indiana, Kentucky, and also the Mississippi plant as well. So they're really helping us. Next. We are already collaborating with the local high schools, career tech schools, local community college, Calhoun, and also Drake State, to create that future workforce. In the tech schools, we're working and collaborating with them to launch certified production technician programs. And then we got some co-op programs going with Calhoun and also Drake State that we're really proud of. And those are really kind of funneling students into the advanced manufacturing technology degree programs, and they will graduate and we will hire them as maintenance employees. As far as economic impact, I think this is something that's maybe people don't understand. I've talked about the 6,000 jobs that we're going to create. And those are direct jobs. Toyota did a study back in 2016. I later learned that Honda did this same study in Alabama a couple of years ago. And what they found is every one job in an OEM, original equipment manufacturing company, which we are, create 6 other jobs. Now, those may be direct jobs at a supplier or indirect, cafeteria staff, janitorial staff, more waiters and waitresses at local restaurants. So for every one manufacturing job, 4,000, it creates 6. As far as annual payroll, we're going to be pumping $200 million into the local North Alabama communities through payroll within the first 3 years of operation. So should have a pretty positive impact here in North Alabama, and that's something that obviously we're really proud of. Okay. All righty, that's it. Just in time. Sure. So if you have some questions for Mark, please feel free to ask. Yes.
How complete is the plant? Is it 100% complete? Maybe a percentage, and then when does the production go live?
Okay.
If you don't mind repeating the question.
Yeah, the question was how far along is the construction and the building of the plant? So we are like at 98% complete with construction. What we're doing right now is we're in the phase of machine and equipment installation. So construction's been handed over to PE, and they're installing all the equipment. We start production trials early spring, and then production will start later in 2021. So 2021 is production trial and mass production start. Oh yeah, absolutely. Several months of production trials. Yep.
So are the vehicles being shipped out via rail?
Shipped out mostly via rail, some by truck, but mostly via rail. So we do have a rail yard to the east of the plant, and most will go out via rail. They'll connect to the Norfolk Southern line right to the south. One model for Toyota, one model for Mazda. They're brand new SUV models. So new plant, new production lines, new technologies, and 2 brand new vehicles as well. Other than that, it should be easy. Yes. The partnership is indefinite. Yes, there is no defined timeline in which Mazda or Toyota will purchase the other half's part of the joint venture. So yes, plan to be indefinitely a partnership.
So you mentioned 500 acres.
Oh yeah, we have 2,700 acres total. It's a large site. It would be the largest Toyota site if it was just a Toyota site. We have about 500 unused acres. And if you guys want to borrow some of that for a butterfly project or something like that, let me know. Yeah, no, I'm serious. Let me know. Let me know. We did have one question.
I just wanted to ask you, if now that the plant is there because of your presence, are you aware of any other development plans in the community? And I imagine everybody's eating at the old Greenbrier restaurant now.
Oh yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah, honestly, we really helped Greenbrier through those lean days of April and May because the construction workers were going over and getting lunch, and they said that helped them sustain through those months was the lunch construction workers. Yeah. Yeah, that's already happening. Right across Old Highway 20 to the south of us is a development that's they're just doing the groundwork, site work right now. It's my understanding that's a FedEx distribution center, so it's already happening.
All right, everyone, let's give Mark a round of applause.
Thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all.
All right. Again, thank you, Mark. Great information. We love getting Mazda Toyota updates. Such an impact to the community. So we're going to go ahead and end the meeting. Again, happy Thanksgiving. I hope you have a safe and happy time with your family. We'll see you in about 2 weeks. If you don't mind getting up for the 4-way test. First of the things we think, say, or do. First. Second, is it fair to all concerned? Third, will build goodwill and better friendships. And fourth, will be beneficial to all concerned. Okay, have a great day, everyone. Thank you.